Today we will be doing a honey extraction. It's the first harvest and we're super excited to see how the honey tastes.
Today we will be showing you guys how to extract honey without a honey extractor, since most people won't have that sort of equipment when starting out. We first want to open up the top of the hive and give the frames one last look before taking them inside. What we are looking for is capped honey frames with the lack of capped brood and pollen cells. As you take the frames out, make sure to give the frames a good shake to make sure all the bees are off. Alternatively, you can use a brush or a bee blower to blow them off as well. From here, we just take the cleared frame and place it into a large bag, preferably with an empty super to bring it inside. Now for the honey extraction. We will be using the following for this: a brew bag, a large bowl or 5-gallon bucket, a comb capper, a uncapping knife and fork, and containers to store the honey in. We also recommend having a tablecloth and gloves for easy cleanup. Take your brew bag and place it over your container of your choice. We are going to be using a comb capper with ours, but if you don't have one yourself, you can rest the frames along the edge of your bucket. We really recommend using comb cappers for honey extraction, since this can be really handy for keeping your hands freed up while scraping off any honeycomb, since this can be awkward to do so without any help. Place your frame over the container and take your uncapping tool and slide it down the frame while doing a sawing motion. Make sure to avoid any uncapped sections as you slide your uncapping tool. Avoid putting the knife at an angle and instead rest it flat against the frame. Grab your uncapping fork and scrape off the remaining honeycomb caps that you couldn't get with your knife. Take a wooden spatula and slide the honey off of the frame. Repeat this process with the rest of the frames until all your desired frames are uncapped. As we lift up the brew bag, we are going to make sure that there is plenty of space for it to drain properly, and then we are going to let the brew bag strain for up to 48 hours. In the meantime, you can start pouring the honey into your containers. With the 5-gallon bucket with a valve, we are going to twist the knob open and slowly open the opening. Since we only did 3 frames today, we are just going to slowly pour the honey into the containers and tip the bucket a little bit. And now we are done with this one. All that's left is to wash out the bucket and dump out the wax in your brew bag if you don't plan on using it. We'll be uploading a video on processing wax in small quantities next week if you're interested in using it.